Glenda's exhausted too. I am. Oh, Winnie, thank you so much. I don't feel beautiful today. I feel tired, like extremely tired. Just making sure our YouTube friends over here, we've got our comments up. So Glenda's got one more day before school's summer break. Yahoo! That's awesome. Pamela's making wreaths when he's working. Oh, Susan's celebrating her husband's birthday. How fun is that? Watching the little ones. Last t-ball game. Awesome. Hey from Missouri. It's a beautiful day in Illinois. Well, you know, it's hot here. We have officially hit summer, and I'm kind of happy with that. So, you know, I'm glad. We're going to be making a patriotic wreath. So a patriotic wreath will be good for Memorial Day, 4th of July, what other holiday? Labor Day, I think, is another one that you could use it. But let's be honest, you could literally hang a patriotic wreath all year round. I mean, if you want to show your pride for the USA. And if you are not in the States and you're watching from another country, this is still a good tutorial because we'll be going over some of the applications of creating and designing a wreath. Just switch out the sign and the color of the ribbon, and you can have a wreath for your own any color or holiday. If you're new to the page, welcome. I'm Julie Samaco, owner of Southern Charm Wreaths, where we make beautiful wreaths and teach you how to make and sell them. I'm using this today, a beautiful sign. This is from Greenery Market. We've got some supplies from all over the place. So let me angle this down so that you can see my screen, my work table. We've got Mr. Jasper in the background who's settling down, which is good. I always like that. All right, I'm going to get my florist wire out. Let's see, this is a 16-inch grapevine wreath. Hey, Cheryl. Hey, Atlanta. All right, so we've got, this is a roughly 16 inches long. And I think I messed up the end just a little bit. So if you ever do that, you could just pull out, I've got like a white paint pen that I can just easily cover that up, or I can angle this enough to see if my florals will cover it. All right, so let's do, here's the bow. I did already make the bow, and now I'm just going to move this around a little bit and see my positioning. And then I'm going to get my wire. I'm using the 22 gauge florist wire. You can use paddle wire, use whatever, pipe cleaner, whatever you want. I'm just going to rip. I'm going to cut this off, not ripping. I love the ribbon. So this is, you know, the last time we did a patriotic wreath, we did one that was a little, it was not in this royal blue, or I'm sorry, this is more like a navy or royal size color. This was, the one we did last time was in a, using that baby blue. So we're gonna turn it over and put our wire on. It's gonna get a little loud. Always make sure we didn't go through the front. Okay. Well, I'm glad you didn't get any flooding. Hey, Pennsylvania's in the house. Hey, Chris, mixing. Oh, well, that's good for you, Yvette. Is he closer to you now? I'm trying to remember what my game plan was. Just feeding my wire through the grapevine. Hey, Linda. All right, so when you adding your sign, you know, be careful where you position. You don't want it to where it could knock, you know, when you're going to open or close the door. So you don't want it to really knock. You want to really position this. Chrissy, this came from Greenery Market. So, you know, that's something to consider. And then I've got my bow over here. I think I'm going to move it in just a hair. I like seeing the grapevine through the heart, personally. Let's go this way. And we'll anchor on this side. So I go through the grapevine and not around the girth of the grapevine, because if you do that, it'll make the grapevine pieces really tight and hard to get florals in. There's some of these little small pieces of grapevine. I'm going to trim that off because it's getting wrapped up in my wire. Jeannie at a cabin in Georgia. Well, that just sounds divine. Oh, Jane made one with the sign. Awesome. Oh, I didn't pull it in tight enough. Sometimes these grapevine wreaths, they have these little pieces that just get in the way. We need to have it tighter. I'm using my needle nose pliers just to dig in a little bit deeper into the grapevine. Just gonna cut the wire off. Hey, Nick. Are you ready for Wreath Makers Live? Who is coming to Wreath Makers Live? Y'all, we've got an amazing, first of all, there are a lot of amazing wreath makers out there, and floral designers. Obviously can't have everybody. But I'm excited for our show. It's going to be super fun. It's different in that we're going to be trying to educate wreath makers how to diversify their portfolio so that they can stand out. Not to mention, you know, there's a good possibility we're gonna have a shortage of some craft supplies, and being able to diversify and think outside the box is really what's going to help a wreath making business, or if you're, you know, selling florals and stuff like that, silk flowers, it's just going to help you in the long run. So I'm excited that that's our theme for this year, giving them ideas for not only business diversification but also portfolio diversification, And I'm excited. We've got a lot of really good talent that's going to be on stage. Angela, you can contact Wreath Makers Live. Just contact info@wreathmakerslive.com. I can't wait to meet everyone, Dee, either. I mean, I am just super excited. And the theme, we've got our theme of Fly High, Diversify, that was designed by Terry Marshall with Mill and Dill Designs. And I'm super excited about that. I mean, the stage setup looks amazing. I'm excited to show everybody what we've got in store for them. If you didn't get a ticket, we've got less than 40 available if you want an in-person seat. It's in Dallas, Texas. People are coming from all over the country, but we have 40 seats available, or a little less than that. And then also we have a virtual ticket as well for those who, you know, for whatever reason can't or don't want to come in person. All right, let's see. Don't worry about your ribbon streamers. Sometimes, you know, I like to add some ribbon streamers while I'm making the bow, but you always can go back in and add. You can add and take away. Elena, you need to come and be a vendor. Tell Bill, tell Mr. Bill to get busy thinking about that. I know he wants to be there. I didn't give an item number for anything yet. I don't think I do that. Deborah, thank you, Deborah. So for this bow, what I made was 4 loops in the back that were 12 inches long with the blue, and then I made 3 loops that were 12 inches long with the Dupani stripe, and then I made 2 loops that are red, and then I made one the 2 loops that are red are also 12 inches, and then I made a center loop that's 10 inches. So we've got a multi-ribbon bow. The next thing I'm going to do is add some greenery. Let's see, I think I'm going to incorporate some of this fern. I don't know, this just screams summer to me. And I like that it's large, so we don't necessarily need a lot. I'm trying to decide if I need to put this on the easel. Make sure to always bend your stems to give them some life. I don't spray anything on my wreaths. I never have. I've been making these for years. Does anybody has anybody used fern, large fern, when designing? And these are made of plastic, which I like because it withstands the weather. Oh, goodness. I'm going to work around the bow. Do one on the top, and we're going to move one and put one on the bottom. See if that's going to stay in. I'm going to move this one. I got the fern from Greenery Market. This is leftover from our wreath retreat. Let's make this one a little shorter. I do not know if the fern is still available. You'll have to go over there to their website, greenerymarket.com. Okay, so we've just got a little bit of fern going on. And now I'm going to add another greenery. I think I'm going to add some of this. Also, we don't have to, sometimes you don't have to add the whole bush. A little goes a long way sometimes. Now, this wreath would have been pretty if you wanted to spray paint it red or blue before you get started, or even white. This is another fern, but it's a little bit lighter green. Hey Kay, how are you? Who is going to the Dallas market next month? We were just talking about that. Cannot believe it's June already. Let me pick this up before I hurt myself. So we've just made a little spray. Now here you could stop if you wanted. With every little layer you could stop. But where's the fun in that? I got this one too. We're going to do a few stems of this. I like adding greenery to give more texture. Texture is really important when you are designing. Do you have to have a tax ID to go to market? You have to have a state sales and use tax license. I store my wreaths. Well, right now I've got some that are just hanging on the walls on grids. I have some that are in the warehouse that are stored on grids that way. I also create, you could create these towers. I used to have these towers in my house when I didn't have a warehouse. You zip tie 3 of the shoe racks, not shoe racks, what are those? Those shelves, the metal shelves that you put in your house for your closet. You can zip tie 3 of those together and make a tower. And then you can hang your wreaths on those. And I did that for many years. Just mixing in some of this greenery. This came wholesale from Select Artificials. Okay, let's do a couple here and one there. Sherry, I did not make the heart. I don't make signs. I used to, and then it got to be where it just would take forever to make a wreath because I had to wait for paint to dry. It's miserable watching paint dry. I just purchase the signs. So many talented sign makers that's all they do. And it's always good to support another small business. So with me coming this way, we've now covered up the hole that was on that part of the sign. So we've got that. Let me do one more right here. Okay, and these little pieces can be inside of our bow, right there. Just gonna hold that. The fern symbolizes eternal youth. I need to use it more often then. All right, so now what we're going to do is we've got some of these really pretty geranium. I'm like, you know how you know what the word is and you're like, what is it? What is it? It's not coming out. Geraniums are beautiful in summer, and I love them. Like, this to me says southern summer, and they come in the south. We get them in the pink too, and it's just so pretty. The only thing is, man, they are hard to keep alive in the middle of once the end of the summer comes around. I'm like, I kind of give up on them because they're so, it's just hard because of this. In the south, we've got so much heat. All right, let's see. I'm going to go ahead and add this one right here. Let's get that in a little deeper. And then we'll add this one over here. Let's do this one over here. So these also came from Select Artificials. Peggy, I don't have a hydrangea yet. I do not have one yet. We do have some gardenias, and they are started to bloom. Y'all, I just love hydrangeas. And in my old house, we had a snowball hydrangea, and we had just, I don't remember the brand, but it was just a regular traditional hydrangea, and it was so pretty. Blooms all summer. Make this one a little shorter. That's gonna stay. This one is being finicky. There. Ooh, purple hydrangeas. Oh, those sound really pretty. Mine was always the hot pink because I know it has something to do with the acidity and the soil. Okay, so we've got our hydrangeas added. Right. Already looking fun. I've got these really pretty ranunculus. This is from Pioneer Wholesale. I love how this blue matches really good with the sign. Thanks, Sue. Are you still selling on Etsy, Julie? Yes, I am. Southern Charm Wreaths. not going in very well. Isn't this fun? Y'all like the blue? Let's grab some more of the blue ranunculus. How do you keep your scissors sharpened? Well, I've not had to sharpen them, but there is a sharpening tool that you can buy to use. It's been a long time since I sharpened mine. Man, every time it's like, this one is a difficult wreath. Either too loose or too tight. I usually design it on the easel, and I think that's the problem. It's got this little area right here. Do you put a patriotic wreath on your door for the 4th? Put this one right in the middle of that bow. Where do I want you? All right, we can't have red and blue without white. So I have this, and I also have this. I think I'm gonna go with the smaller. I believe I got this from Greenery Market. Alright, so just shape this to make this come to life a little bit. And then divide. I would put this, what size box would this ship in? I'd have to measure afterwards. I may could get it in a 20, and if not, it would go in a 24 because I don't have 22. I feel like I'm gonna sneeze. Yay, June's gonna try this one. Anybody else gonna try this one? Oh, thanks, Deborah. Oh, wow, that's like the sweetest thing somebody's ever said to me. Thank you, Tina. So I like adding a little, this just reminds me of little white coronavirus things on the tips. They're a little spiky. You see that? That's kind of cool. The Wreath of the Month Club, Peggy, starts in the fall, so it'll probably be August. You can go to learntowreath.com and join the waiting list. For anyone who's interested. Oh, I feel like I'm gonna sneeze. Thank you, Deborah. I'm trying to decide if I want to add these. I think I'm not. looking for a place. How many of you are working on your handmade businesses this weekend? Thank you. Thanks, everybody. Got one more. Okay, so at this point, you know, hang it up, and if you want to add more ribbon streamers, you can. I may add some back here towards the back so that my eye flows this way. I don't think I'm going to add this. I don't think it needs that. Anybody have questions? Just getting all the glue out. This turned out really fun. I love with the white. The blue, the ranunculus matches perfectly with the sign. We've got texture in here with our soft greenery and our spiky greenery and our COVID looking white flowers. And then we've got the softness of our ribbon, and it's just really pretty. What a proud wreath. Aw, Tina, that's kind of cute. I've never heard it called like that, but I like that. Very, very true. Show our pride. Thanks, Pamela. I purchased the first Grapevine Wreath, but can't decide which design to use. Every one of yours is so pretty. Oh, overwhelmed. Just choose one. Just choose. Like, put it out and then just close your eyes and point. Just choose. That's the biggest thing, is just starting. So many people, they just don't start because they're scared they're going to mess something up or do it wrong. And I'm just here to encourage you to start. That is the most important thing. Thanks, Beverly. Oh, Beverly, I haven't seen your name in a while. Vicky's sharing her order over on Facebook. Thanks, Chris. Y'all, I hope y'all have a wonderful rest of your day and an amazing weekend. And if you're working on your business this weekend, you're not alone. I'll be doing the same thing until Sunday. Hopefully Sunday will be my day off. Thank you, Susan. So a patriotic wreath idea for you, and I'm going to have to go through and get all the glue strings off, and I'll probably add a few more ribbon streamers. Thanks, Sandra. Oh yeah, Flag Day. I forgot about that one. It's a great idea. Y'all be safe this weekend, and I will see y'all next week.